The Kings are in! The Kings are in! Maybe you've heard that cry. It's certainly prevalent along the lower Columbia River right now. These kings do not wear crowns nor robes, but they do attract a crowd. Hi there, Grant McComey here, your host for Travel Oregon's Grant's Getaways. And that's where we're headed this week, the lower Columbia River, where a staging is underway, 800,000 silver-sided king Chinook salmon. And we're joining a legendary angler of the Pacific Northwest. Come on along as we go aboard a boat and find out what it takes to catch a king.
We're going to start this morning some of those rogue strain fish.
When the deck is stacked in your favor and you play your hand just right, the fishing game will often go just the way you like, especially when Bob Reese guides the way toward big fish.
As it gets closer to high tide, we stand a pretty good chance of getting some fish in here, so we're just going to go back and forth. There you go.
I've come aboard Reese's big boat on the Columbia River, joined by father-son team Kyle and Bob McDougall, who've traveled from New Mexico to sit where the river flows its widest, 8 miles shore to shore.
There it goes.
Near Astoria, in fabled fishing landscape nicknamed Buoy 10. Each August, salmon move through this area, feeding on smaller bait fish with each incoming tide. It is estuary angling at its finest.
In about 19, 20 foot of water, just paralleling the mouth of Young's Bay, looking for some of these early strain Rogue River Chinook that come into the estuary at this time.
Reese adds it's about to get real busy.
This year, about 766,000 Chinook are forecast to the lower river. It's going to really provide some excellent opportunity for anglers down in this area.
Buoy 10 is an area known for danger, so don't let today's calm fool you. Conditions change in a heartbeat.
It's when the tide and the wind go in different directions, an outgoing tide with a northwest wind that create the bucking of the river and can really cause for some dangerous situations. Bottom line is, it's always good to have your life jacket.
Nearby is another reason my confidence runs so high. You see, when you fish with a legend, you know you're in good hands.
This is my Buoy 10 tackle box. I got one for every different fishery.
So what does Buzz Ramsey carry in his Buoy 10 tackle box?
Fish flash, easy pulling flasher. It just spins in the water, but there's no drag to it. It picks up the light and reflects off to the side, sends out a horizontal beam of light and that attracts salmon. And it spins about 1 turn per second. These have really become popular for salmon anywhere where you're trolling, really. And
what are the best colors?
Silver, chartreuse. These new two-tone finishes, half and half like this. Chartreuse and red is a real popular one.
Buzz Ramsey has been a popular figure in Northwest angling as far back as anyone can remember. He flat out catches fish.
Like this one?
Oh my, well, I'd say so.
I think fish on. He's headed out. Fish on, fish on.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Anytime, Bob. Oh, he saw the net.
Oh, look at that fish.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's a dandy. Look at the size of that fish. Wow. Oh. On that awesome green fish flash.
Whatever you were doing really worked well.
I was talking to you, Grant. You brought me luck.
Right around 22, 23.
Yeah.
Wow, hold that up, Buzz.
The Chinook salmon. You gotta love it, huh? My first one this season. First trip, first salmon.
Nice going.
Good job.
Buzz.
Good job. That's nice fish. Buzz grew up fishing right in front of our eyes on Oregon rivers and lakes, estuaries, and the ocean, casting and catching his way into Oregon's Angling Hall of Fame while gaining the respect and admiration from the most hard-nosed, no-nonsense fishermen.
It's called a hog-nosed flatfish.
These days, he works for Yakima Bait Company and helps design, refine, and innovate lures and tackle that help anglers catch more fish. He calls a day like this research. Oh, to be so lucky.
Oh yeah, I still love to catch them. That salmon, when it started biting on that rod, yeah, still get excited.
You've been in this game so long.
Do you see a cycle? Do you see things fade from
Oh, yeah.
popularity and then return decade later?
There's no doubt. We often say what goes around comes around.
He points to the boatload of spinners he never leaves home without. While they dropped out of favor decades ago, they're back in again.
And then a leader, back usually 5-6 foot leader to a herring or a spinner. And spinners have really taken off in this fishery. Well, these are Tolman spinners here. Bob actually developed these blades. These blades are a little thicker than most. And they are a powder-coated finish, so they hold up better in salt water. The latest thing is to have it rigged with a squid on it. And squid spinners, that's been a real popular deal.
And a spinner's advantage over bait?
More vibration is the big deal with a spinner. As that spinner blade revolves around the shaft, it puts out a big vibration. You know, you can catch more than one fish on them, and they're likely less expensive than bait in the long run.
That baby's ready to go.
Buzz advises anglers, try different colors.
It really calls the fish in.
And let the fish tell you what they like.
I gotta hand this off. Bob, you better take this. Take it. Back by the motor, back by the motor. That'd be on a spinner. We are tangled, but that's all right. No worries. You just keep reeling. Keep reeling. Lower the rod and then pull back.
The two are into each other tight as a sealed drum, so it'll take teamwork to catch this salmon.
Keep it way up. When he comes, I want you to lift that rod as high as you can.
Ramsey's especially proud of this fish because it's the first salmon caught on a brand new spinner that he's had a hand in casting to the public.
Lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting, keep lifting. There you go, yay! All right.
Okay. Look at that fish.
Whoa, pretty.
It seems research has its own rewards when the other guy catches the fish.
What did that feel like when he handed you that rod?
I said, oh no, I'm going to screw up. I'm going to screw up. Going to lose his new lure.
Come all the way from New Mexico, and you got yourself a prize.
On a lure.
Isn't that something? What do you think of that?
I think that's awesome.
Oh, it's all that, Bob, and more, not only measured by quality of the catch, but the chance to fish with a legend.
Look how pretty that is. Being outdoors, the adventure of it, the anticipation, catching a salmon, having fun landing it, knowing you're going to have fun eating it. And I enjoyed the whole thing, every bit of it. These are the good old days. There's no doubt about it. Especially with good ocean conditions, we're going to see things continue to improve, and maybe we've made the corner. What recruits anglers is good fishing. When the team is winning, the bleachers are full. When we've got 1 million salmon coming back to the Columbia River and word gets out about that, it rallies the troops. There's nothing that recruits anglers like strong fisheries. They can go out and have success, that energizes them. That gets them going.
Buzz Ramsey is a real gentleman, a pleasure to spend a day with in the boat. I really enjoyed our time together. In fact, I put it to him, Buzz, if you had to find just one spot in Oregon, call it angling heaven on earth, what might it be? He shook his head and smiled and said, Grant, I think that would be a shame. There are simply so many places, so many opportunities, so many adventures to have in this state. I don't think I could do it. Buzz did offer that for his money, the best time to make the lower Columbia River your salmon fishing destination will be the last 2 weeks of August. So make your plans to get here real soon. And when you're on the water, tune in to 1610 AM on the radio for boat launch information. It's the latest bar, weather, and safety information from the U.S. Coast Guard and the Oregon State Marine Board. Updates are given every 3 hours. You can find all the details, directions, and the contact information for this week's story right here on the Travel Oregon website. So until next week, get out here and explore the great Oregon outdoors, perhaps with a rod and reel on the mighty Columbia River, and make your own chance to catch a king. For Travel Oregon, I'm Grant McComey.